Okay, Coach, I'm here to take you through the wrestling team manager from Rat Coach here. Just give you a little bit of an idea of some of the features that the program comes with and what it can do for your program. This first page that we come to right here, um, we call it our dashboard. It's kind of like your program's home page. If you already have a Rat Coach weight room manager, you'll see all of that information over here on the side. The team manager will basically be an add-on to the account that you already have. If you do not have the weight room manager software, this will be its own account. This team manager will be its own account. From this page, you can get to any upcoming practice plans that you may have. You can manage your team rosters or assign a roster. You can manage your depth charts, look at upcoming events. This could be, um, camps. This could be uh, practices that you have coming up. Anything that you put on your calendar. You can manage your positions from here as well. You can see right here it has lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. You can go by varsity, JV. You can create basically any type of classification that you want right here, um, and your coaches as well. From here you can add and assign coaches, assign them to different positions or different teams, different rosters. Right here, you'll have a small list of drills that you've created or that are already in there from the NWCA. This right here is our team feed section right here, where basically it's kind of like an announcement type of a thing, kind of similar to Remind, but it works better than Remind in the fact that it's very text message type like. So once your athletes have the Rat Coach app downloaded, you can go through here and say, "Hey, practice has been moved to 3:15." Post it. All of your athletes will get the notification, and there's different ways to manage um, messaging individual players, as we can go through here in just a second. And that's what this is right here, Coach. This right here gives you a look at the app on the phone, the Rat Coach app on the phone. You can see down here the home page, the workouts. This is their calendar, and this would be their practice clipboard. These pictures right here, they just give you a visual representation of, okay, if I want to start a conversation, positions or coaches, I can go through and I can filter through my student athletes or my coaches. I can select who I want to or select all of them. I can come through right here. So you can see right here in this scenario, there's a football team, and he's going to manage or he's going to message his quarterbacks. They can select all, or they can select just certain student athletes within that group. And then it's very back and forth like just like a text messaging service. You go back and forth. You can also set it to where it's an announcement, and you don't get any responses back at all. But from this app, kids can get to, if you have the weight room manager, they can get to all their workouts right here. This calendar right here, anything that you would assign to them, will show up right here on their feed. Uh, Now, if you want kids to be able to see what's happening in practice, you can schedule their practice and they can go through it and they can see ahead of time what's going to be happening during that practice. It's just a very good way to kind of communicate with your athletes and let them know what's going on. This page right here just gives you a desktop version of that messaging service. You can go through and you can select your kids and you can go back and forth with whoever it is you want to. So just a different view of the same thing. And coach, this right here is the positions tab where you can manage all your different positions, and you can you can tag these, coach, however you would like to. You can go by weight classification. You can go lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, varsity, JV, freshman team. Basically, that's completely up to your imagination how you manage your positions within your rosters. And then as well, you can also assign coaches to those rosters so they only have access to what you want them to have access to, or the players that you want them to. Those coaches that you assign to those positions, they can message those players. They can work on their practice plans and so on and so forth. This right here is obviously the greatest feature I believe of this wrestling team manager is that we partner with the NWCA, and they have uploaded tons and tons of drills and videos into this database here, and you can go through here and each drill has its own video. So this is going to be very beneficial for, if you're working at a high school or a middle school or club level, you can go through and you can share videos, share drills uh, from those different programs, and basically give coaches an idea of what you're talking about with that, not without having to meet face to face or in person. Hey, we really like this drill, coach. We want to start implementing this every day at the beginning of practice, and then you can share it, and you can also tag those those drills, and you can add your own drills as well. Over here in the corner, you can see how you got the little plus sign. You can add your own drills. You can upload your own videos to those drills, and then you can tag them. So if you got, takedown offense right here, you can come up here and search it. Takedown offense, that's going to show all of those drills, and then you will be able to just basically drag and drop those into your practice planner. This is our depth charts view. There's two different views. This right here shows a formation view, which in wrestling may not mean all that much, but the other view is just a list view, and it's going to look very similar to the way this is. Uh, and you can put one student athlete in a lightweight group, and in this depth chart, you can also add them to another middleweight depth chart. They can be in as many depth charts as you want them to be in, and you can add however many players from whatever roster it is that you desire. Another great addition to this team manager is that you have 50 or plus NWCA practice plans along with those 300 plus drills. So you can see it's got the beginner and youth, intermediate, middle, and advanced high levels of practice plans, and it goes through high school, plan 1, 2, 3, 4. Um, and they're already pre-built. They've already got their own drills in there, and makes it makes it pretty easy to go through and at least have a template to go through, and you can change whatever it is you want to within those plans and save it as a new plan, and you can create your own folder and save them there. So you can create your own plans. You can download stuff. Anything and everything practice plans will show up right here. Now, when you're building practice plans, this is what it'll look like. So you can see this is from the NWCA practice plan Advanced High. This is the plan 1. You can see the length of the practice. You can kind of go through and you can see, and they've got a varsity and a JV practice going on at the same time. Now they've got it to where they're doing the same thing at the same time. Maybe your warm up is the same, coach, but maybe you want your varsity guys working on something while your JV guys are working on another thing, vice versa, and you can go through there. And when it shows up, coach, it'll show up for their specific positions as well. So what I'm talking about is when we go to here, this is how the workout will be displayed. Now, there's a couple different ways that wrestling coaches have been doing this. Number one, they can, if they're lucky enough to have some type of a TV or something in their wrestling room, they'll just cast this onto the TV, and coaches can see what's happening, and the athletes can see what is happening. You can have it plugged into your speaker system, and uh, as soon as the timer runs out, it'll give everybody a horn to switch to the next drill. Um, you can also put this on a projector and project it up on the wall. That's probably the most common way to do it. Um, what happens a lot with say like a football team or a softball team or something like that, they'll use the app. So if you as the head coach come in and you start the practice that you made, it will automatically sync up to all of your assistant coaches' phones. So everybody's synced up. Um, all on the same time. It'll show them what they're working on right now. So this is kind of like a head coach view where you can kind of see what everybody's doing at the same time. If I am just the lightweight coach, it'll only show me drills for the lightweight group that I'm assigned to. It tells me how long the period is, how much time I have left in the period, and it also shows me what drill will be coming up next. And like I said, you can stop it, you can rewind it, you can fast forward it, uh, you can skip through stuff. The app is pretty cool, especially if you've got if you've got your men's wrestling team in one section and your women's wrestling team in another area of the school. You guys and gals can all be synced up together and knowing that you're going to get done with practice about the same time. And you can see up here the periods. This is a 5 period practice plan. It's a 2 hour practice, and it gives you just kind of like a running clock. You got your warm up where it's going to count down, and it'll give you a notification when you go on to your next session, your next period. There's also a, a link right here to show you how to create a roster. Obviously, that won't work in this presentation, but it's something that I can send to you. It's if you haven't done that with any type of a program before, it's really fairly simple. You can do it a couple different ways. You can import your roster through Excel, or you can, once you have a roster set up, you can go through there and on the Rat Coach app, your student athletes can log on to the Rat Coach app. They'll just open it up basically, and you can pull up on your roster. You'll actually be able to pull up a code that those athletes will enter, and then they'll enter their information, name, birth date, all that type of stuff, and it will automatically generate your roster for you. I've used that personally in the weight room. I mean, you can get through 40 to 50 kids in 7 minutes pretty easy. It takes no time at all. So, Coach, that's kind of the quick version of the wrestling team manager. I'm sure that you may have some other specific questions. Please do not hesitate to call me or email me. My email is jeff@ratcoach.com. You can call or text me on my cell phone at 785 639 2049. Thank you, Coach.